Good day, and welcome to the Book of Lilith, God's Plan, Part 3. And I'd just like to say that I don't want to say anything outside of God's will. If they're jumpy, I told my landlord that there's rats in the house, and I'm in between two houses. I have cats. I have one cat that would feel at home here. He would enjoy himself here. So they just get to run amok. They ate a hole through the floor because of how the house is built. They ate a hole through the floor, so they just get to run up and down inside the house now. Whole family just has easy access to the house. I watched the rat walk around the rat trap, and I can't bring my cat. I feel so tempted to just bring my cat up here. Just one. Not the whole family, just one. All I need is one, really. You know, he'll enjoy himself. I saw something move just now, but it's just the wind. Pardon me. If God has a plan for you, and God sees that there are beings acting against you, then God will position you in order to counteract that plan. And with God on your side, those people who are trying to work against you are actively digging a grave for themselves. If you address them directly, you're giving them what they want. If you bottle it all up, you're hurting yourself. You might end up driving yourself crazy because when you have somebody actively copying you, when you have somebody actively trying to spread or share a narrative, trying to control a narrative, and you have two people actively trying to work to be together, but there's this third wheel trying to make themselves relevant, trying to be interference in your life, trying to cause some real damage. I'm not sure if I mentioned this on live, but there are people who don't take life serious, so they treat it like it's a game. So they will treat your life like it's a game. Your misery is entertainment for them. They find pleasure in other people's misery because they live in hell. I had to tap into the energy just to check them, and I had to go so low. I had to go so low. If I stayed where I was, everything that they were doing I would have overlooked it. Because I'm not materialistic. I don't live on the third plane. I don't live in the matrix. I don't perform for the crowd. I'm not a crowd pleaser. I'm not a part of the crowd. That's why I stand out. It's called outstanding. But they call it outstanding. You know, some people would see somebody copying off of you as a form of admiration, I think it's sick. I think it's sad. I think it's pitiful. I think it's a form of self-hatred. I think it's very scary because what extent will they go? To what extent will they go to try and push this narrative? But I had assumed that all things are in God's will. I got a sense that all of that is in the past because I treat the relationship based off of what I see. You can't go off of what you see, especially if you are somebody trying to control the narrative. You have to go with your intuition. I should be tapped in enough to know that everything that I see now is in the past. Everything that I feel now is in the past. Everything that I was going through now is in the past, and we have to work together in order to move forward. We're partners in this. We're not enemies. This person, this copycat monitoring spirit is displaying cognitive dissonance. Is when the reality that you are living is not to your liking. So you act according to the reality that you want instead of the actual reality. So you behave in a way to to justify your beliefs. You don't want this relationship to end. It's not love. So, and you know it's not love. The energy's off. You invalidate him. You only support him when it's convenient. You know, you know when a birthday is coming up or an anniversary is coming up because they actually start putting in it's not effort, it's like reposts and pictures. That's not real effort. That's like a breadcrumbing. Real effort would be to change, work on yourself, grow, develop. There's no way that you should still be operating on a low level. You have the information, the resources, the manpower for you to be operating on a high level. You should be producing at a higher rate, a faster rate, more quality, not quantity, but more quality and quantity, both. What could you possibly be doing with your life that you're not producing at a high level? Unless, oh, he does all the thinking, so I don't have to. He does all the work, so I don't have to. I'm just look cute, look pretty. The fact that you try to steal my blueprint, took my blueprint to try and you copied off me. Said you was gonna, you're acting in a way where you're competing, because I guess we're in competition, you know, for this one person. I don't know what she's competing for. It's not for this person. This person is an intellect. So you decided to go with buying new clothes, makeup, you know, wearing less clothes, showing a little bit of this, shaking your tail on, being very provocative on social media, a public platform. Got a close up of your crotch. Displaying hypersexuality in order to steal their attention. But that type of uh, that type of attention is very fleeting. You have to keep doing it and probably wear less and do it constantly, and you have to constantly do it in order to keep that attention. So that means you're going to have to keep fighting and forcing and working for attention versus actually becoming interesting. How do you become interesting? You learn, you experience life. Every time you travel, when you travel, you actually experience what the locals experience. You indulge yourself in the culture. Pick up a language or two and you speak in a way that they speak. Like in school, they teach you good morning, buenos dias. But I think in Nicaragua, they drop the S. So it's buenos dias, something like that. So now when I speak Spanish, I drop the S sometimes. I speak broken Spanish. I learned that in school, they teach you Spanish from Spain, which is like proper Spanish. But then when you go to the local countries, they speak broken Spanish. So if you're in school learning proper Spanish and you go to these Spanish speaking countries and they're speaking broken Spanish, you're like, what? Abuela. Abuela, you mean abuela? No, abuela. Oh, escuela. I think that's how you pronounce it, escuela, school. My Spanish is, you know, solo entiendo un poquito español. Un poquito, un poquito. Solo un poquito. I still only speak a little bit of Spanish. Because I haven't been around any Spanish speaking people. I speak English all the time. But indulge yourself in different cultures. Learn something, learn new things, grow, develop, experience life to its fullest. I think that requires mindfulness. Sometimes people just do things for the gram, do things for social media, do things for the male gaze or the female gaze. You can't use sexuality to win an intellect. You have to use intellect. You have to display your intellectual prowess. I know in The Art of Seduction it talks about an intellectual man. You have to play dumb in front of an intellectual man so that he feels more dominant than you or more superior than you. Those are for one night situations. That's a quick fix. You don't want a quick fix. You want something that's long lasting. You don't want to be somebody else in order to attract somebody. You have to be yourself. Be yourself to the fullest extent so that you attract somebody who loves you, all of you as you are, not your representative. Because what happens if you're faking, pretending, posing? What if it works and you get married? You're gonna wake up before him every morning till you die to go put on makeup, dress provocatively, especially if you do it for somebody else. You're not gonna feel like doing that all the time. If you dress and act and perform for other people and you're not actually truly living out your purpose, you're not moving in a way to achieve your full potential, you're going to become burnt out because you're on a soul level. Every day you choose to lie to yourself. On a soul level, every day you have chosen to lie to yourself. And that becomes tiring for the soul. Your soul knows the truth. Your soul knows your spirit is depleted and weak and ashamed and full of hate, hopeless, helpless. But you act like this person that you admire, strong, fearless. You're not that. You have to achieve that in order to feel aligned or full, whole. When you speak in a way, you speak with conviction because you believe everything that you say. When you're constantly lying to yourself, you will have glitches. You will glitch if you are constantly lying to yourself because your soul knows the truth. You will die on the inside. You will die on the inside if you live a lie. And the opposite is true. If you live the truth, you will be vibrant. You'll be full of vitality, vivacious, animated, inspired. Always, you inspire yourself. And as you inspire yourself, you inspire others. It's like this give and take, infinite give and take type thing. I give to myself, and with that feeding and nurturing and pouring into myself, other people, when they're in my presence, they feel full. But the same is true. The opposite is true. When you're dead on the inside, people feel depleted around you. Because what happens when your phone is dead? You need to get charged up. So if you have one of them new phones with the magnet on the back, and you're say you can pick up a charge nearby, you could charge your phone. You're gonna want to be by that source of energy. And if you take from this source of energy, okay, now I'm losing energy. I'm losing battery life. I'm losing life because you're taking from me. You need my energy in order to be at a 50%. That means if somebody refuses to feed themselves, if somebody refuses to feed themselves, nurture themselves, nourish themselves, pour into themselves, refuses to grow unless it's convenient, unless it's to deplete somebody of the energy, they will need to cling on to you forever. They're going to need your source of life forever, never giving back to you because they have nothing to give. You know, when you're in that type of relationship, when you look older than you are, you look tired, worn out. It looks like you're not taking care of yourself. You haven't taken care of yourself. And they're vivacious, full of life. Da, da, da. And then when you're not around, they're back to doing the exact same thing as they were doing when you left. And then you become vivacious and full of life because you're away from the leech, you're away from the source that's stealing energy from you. You return back to your true nature, your true energy signature, high vibrational, low vibrational. But when you guys are around each other, you can't tell the difference. But then when you take your power back, when you take your energy back, you can tell when this low vibrational being is no longer attached to the source because they become desperate. Oh, I need attention. I need to pull attention from you. Oh, I need this. I need this. I need this. Oh, look what they gave me. Look what they gave me. What have you given them? Do you not have anything to give other than good looks? Good looks can only feed a boy who doesn't get a chance to be around women that often. But when you have a grown man who have, let's say, hundreds of women because they're in the public eye, so their their engagement or their exposure to a lot of women is more at a higher scale than average people. So there are hundreds of women flaunting, throwing themselves at them or flirting with them. And you think the only thing that will keep his attention is good looks. There are good looking women everywhere. You just happen to be one out of many. You think throwing it back for him is gonna keep him around? Every female has a Milky Way, a universe, a black hole, dying, what is it called? A treasure. What they call it, a booty treasure, a mystery box. Every woman's got diamonds, pearls. I like that one. Every woman has pearls. You put yourself in a very when you're easily replaceable. Exposable, expandable. What's that word? You put yourself in a position to be replaced when the only qualities you have are the qualities that everybody has. Anybody can fill that position. Good looks and body parts. Good looks and reproductive organs. That's 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 all you got. That's all you've said that you have to offer. Good looks and reproductive organs. Well, dang, I could find 500 million applicants that meet these same requirements: good looks and reproductive organs. What else? I could find, man. There's about a billion, almost a billion people with the same qualities: good looks and reproductive organs. Good looks and reproductive organs. You're gonna need more qualities. You're gonna need more attributes. Look at what they do. Look at who they are. Okay, do I align with the mission? Am I an asset to the purpose? Oh, I can give him SEX all the time. Busy man bosses Don't have the time to do that all the time. Then when you get older and you don't feel like doing that all the time, what else can you do? Can you have a conversation? Can you have a mentally stimulating conversation? We're talking about an intellect. Can you stimulate his mind? We're talking about somebody spiritual. Can you stimulate them on a spiritual level? It's easy to stimulate somebody on the lowest of levels. It even says it in scripture. Lust can have you be attracted to a beast. You're going to need more than looks and reproductive organs as your best qualities. Oh, I can copy and paste. Next. I'm wondering why you're still there. No, if you're still there, I'm gonna ask what's wrong with him. And if I'm thinking that, how many other people are thinking that? He's got you wrong. What's wrong with him? He's a fraud. He's a liar. How many people do you think have said that? Because the woman you have or the companion that you have is a representation, is a reflection of you. You portray as this, but this is who you decided to be with and keep around you and you want to marry them, you're still with them. But you say you're a man of morals and principles, but your girlfriend resembles a 304. Something doesn't add up. You're one of them woke guys whose baby mama's this, wifey looks like this, and then you got a side piece or whatever the case may be. You're one of them woke guys, you know. You're one of them when you DL. You're hiding something. Why you got a girl that you have to hide? You've been hiding her ever since you've been with her. You've been hiding her from the very beginning. Why keep her around if you gotta hide her? It's a red flag when the only person showing off the relationship is one person. I understand privacy, but 5 years and there's no trace of a relationship on his page. No trace of a serious relationship on his page. You can only come down to the conclusion that you're a placeholder. So what happens when wifey gets home? Oh, this is wifey? Oh no, nah, she can't come in. What? I already told you when I get home, I expect you not to be there. I expect you to be gone when I get there. When? It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. It's all fun and games when the truth comes out. But it looks like they're going to be taking the lies to the grave with them. And this ain't that type of situation where it's like, oh, he's in a relationship, move on. He's not in a relationship. outside of me. I know my place in this world. Do you? I think I've already said I'm tapped in. God said, keep still, be patient. This situation is already in the past. It has already passed. Has already exposed the other side. The princess doesn't want to put in the effort, but wants to receive the kingdom. You want the kingdom, but you don't want to put in work to deserve the kingdom. He's also said, close your legs, but I thought he was being a bit harsh because you perpetuated that behavior. You enabled that behavior. She was like that when you met her, but now it's a problem. Oh, why? Because you met somebody who's the exact opposite. He spoke about sometimes you need to clean glass next to the dirty glass because you might have had the dirty glass your whole life, thinking that this is this is this is all there is. Then you got the clean glass, like, but hold up, I've been missing out in life. I didn't even know it could shine like that. Put it up to the light. I didn't even know it could ting ting ting. I didn't even know it could do that. This crystal, it smells so clean. I thought the water was blonde this whole time. It's it's clear. Like what? You pick up the cup that you've been using this whole time. My goodness. What's wrong with you? Why you can't do this? You said you was gonna do that. You said you was gonna do that. You promised you was gonna do this. You said you was gonna do that. You said you're this, you're that, you're this, you're that. But then I found the real thing, and you ain't nothing like her. Oh, I can be that. I could do that. I can do. Okay, I'll give you another try. I'll give you another chance. Uh, okay, what's her answers again? Okay, oh, she does this with her. Okay, I'm gonna start doing that with my her. You she does this. Okay, I'm gonna start doing that too. Oh, I can do that. That's easy. You know, I've told him off about this situation. Like once or twice. You know, and I told him that's not how it works. You can't just see somebody's results and think you can replicate it. Everything that I am is on a cellular neurological level. Did I bring my You know how long it takes for you to break a pattern on a neurological level, to analyze yourself, to diagnose yourself, or to go to therapy and have them help you break down the memories of the past. Your body holds memory on a cellular level. Do you know that true growth and development happens on a somatic level? That takes time. It may take years. That means you have to unlearn what you already think is appropriate. There's a lot of belief systems circulating in the stream of consciousness where indignant behavior is appropriate. But then when somebody is proper, poised, demure, punctual, prestige, elegant, soft, feminine, or masculine, whatever, wherever you are. But then, you have a balance between your feminine and masculine. You're powerful, but you're soft. You're assertive, just, fair, and graceful. How you do that? Well, I was rough at first. I grew up rough. Rough around the edges, soft at heart. But I didn't touch me either. I wasn't scared to step to somebody. But I'm quiet. And now I'm even more feminine and soft and wow. I don't know if I've ever really been feminine. I don't know if I've ever really been in a safe space where I'm allowed to be feminine. Like truly um, step and relax and really sit in my feminine energy. I'm not sure if I've ever really been in that environment up until now, you know, past 3, 4 years or so. Really being allowed to be feminine. The masculine, certain masculine duties I've been relieved of those things. You know, but that type of woman, a woman who's truly a woman, somebody who's actually mature and developed in certain areas, that's seen as a threat or a problem or something worth talk. Oh, they gossip about you. They spread lies about you. They want to talk about you. They want to stain your reputation. She can't sit with us. But baby girls, I am a party of one. I don't want to sit with you. All you guys do is gossip, talk bad about one another. You blackmail one another. You have this very toxic relationship with one another. You can't trust each other. Y'all can't even trust yourselves. Don't take care of yourself. You just want to have fun, relax, and live life to the fullest. But then that version of living life to the fullest is destructive. You want to eat what you want, but your body is gonna respond. Your body's gonna um, respond back based off of how you treat it. Always sick. Always got headaches. Your back's this. Your hips are this. Your legs are this. You got cellulitis in your 20s. Who does she think she eats? She just thinks she's better than us because she eats salad. Salad's rabbit food. Well, you know, you're hollowed and overweight, losing your hair. You can live how you want to live, do what you want to do. That's your life. But don't make it seem like because my life is more structured in a way, or I make more intentional decisions. Don't make it seem like, what is that really? What is that? I'm more intentional about how I want to live my life. That doesn't mean I'm gonna stick up my tail. That doesn't mean I'm unhappy. Like what has has been put in your mind to think that structure and discipline and self-care and self-love would make you unhappy? Responsibility is not a prison sentence. Taking responsibility for your own life is not a prison sentence. You can have times where you relax, go out, and do what you want, but don't make that a lifestyle. Then you wonder why you're so behind, you're so far behind. You can't focus, you can't keep it together because you don't want to take responsibility for your own life. You want to give that responsibility for your life to somebody else, and then you want to get mad at them because they want to be with somebody who's independent, who doesn't need them in that way. Your partner's got not gonna your partner's not gonna want to raise you to be an adult. Your partner's not gonna want to always think for you. You're gonna need to take responsibility for your own life. Your partner's not gonna want to always clean up your act for you. That's not fair to them. That they have to spend their life trying to sort you out. When you sort out your life, you're more intentional about the decisions that you make for your life. When you're out there getting it, doing it, you know how to eat. You know, okay, let's go to this place. Let's go to the physio. Let's go to the gym. Let's really take care of ourselves. Let's pick up this book. Let's journal. Let's plan. Let's strategize. Let's let's build something meaningful that'll be written in time, where my grandkids will be talking about it. Some people want a simple life, buy a house, buy land. Some people don't want kids. Take care of your nieces and nephews or something. There's always something meaningful to do with life. When you're bored, it means you have a lot to do. When there's nothing to do, that means there's a lot of potential, a lot of potential of how your day could possibly go, and you have 24 hours to figure it out. If you have nothing to do, that means you have an infinite amount of possibilities, an infinite amount of possibilities how your day could go, and you get to decide how you get to spend your life. You want to spend it going back and forth to the hospital because you're always sick, liver's failing. You can't think straight. You got brain fog all the time. You're tired. You ain't got no energy, no vibration, no vitality. Got problems with pregnancy, or forbid. Not putting that on anybody. Got cramps every time your period comes on. You got issues with your cycle. Got cysts everywhere. Don't you want to clean up your life? Don't you want an easy life? You know, an easy life. And this is interesting about the soft life because it takes a lot of work to have a soft life. It takes a lot of work to have a soft life. You have to be able to afford that lifestyle. Last time I checked, money don't come for free. You got to give up your time, energy, your mental space, physical labor, however you make your money. Some people do find easy ways to make money. Either way, it's going to take something of you to gain that money in order to be able to afford a soft life. I wish the best for you. Although things may have not gone as planned, God has a plan more tailored to you, waiting for you. You're either gonna have to let go or be let go. Either way, what is happening, what is unfolding, will come to pass inevitably. And that's something that you can't stop. You have no control over what's happening because the operator is above us all. The entity allowing this and pushing this into reality is above us all. I do believe that what is unfolding is God's work. I do believe that what is unfolding in front of us today is God's work. God's hand is written all over it. It is out of my hands. I have tried to walk away a few times because who wants to deal with all of this? Who wants to feel like they're going crazy, like everything's all in their head? I made up a whole relationship in my head. It's not like I've ever been in a relationship with this person. So why not move on? Why not go out on dates? Do what I want. Why not? Nobody's stopping me. And I would always come back like a boomerang. You can try to get rid of me, but trust me, I'm gonna come back. We're always just gonna come back to each other. Like what was it, the hawk? But I didn't like that because them being together meant world destruction. And it made them weak. Them being together made both of them weak. I mean, I get it, where it's like you become immortal so you can live a normal life. Versus when you're apart, you can live forever. live normal lives apart. But I think it's the opposite. But when we come together, we get to live forever. Instead of world destruction, we get to build a new world. And are you ready for that? If you were to, let's say, win, are you ready for the responsibilities that come with that position? You have to put your pride aside for the greater good of humanity. Our union is beyond the surface. You have no idea. You have no idea what you're getting in between. You have no idea what you're getting in between. This position comes with way more responsibilities than you are allowed to hold. He doesn't give you any responsibilities. All you got to do is look good for the camera. Because from the beginning, like I said, that's all you said you have to offer. So you have been positioned as such. You can't have any other position higher than what you've placed yourself. The position that I'm going to hold is going to be a bit different. It would be a waste of talent if he was to put me where he puts you. It would be a complete waste of talent. Anybody can do that job. Give anybody else that job. It will be a complete waste of talent if you put me in that position. If I have to take up that position, fine. I don't mind. I wouldn't mind. But I'll be his ears because I hear what's not being said. I see what's unseen. Even at this great distance, I can pick up what he hasn't been able to pick up. I can see ahead of what's cornered. Possibly even think of things that he wouldn't have thought of. Or confirm what is already thought of. I know I need to improve my communication skills. Something I do have challenges with, not being able to find the words. I'm good, but I can be better. I'm multi-talented. I mean, a lot of people are multi-talented, but it's what I want to do with that talent. What I put in the forefront is not all that there is. And I will never share what I've shared with him. As matter of fact, is the only person I've shared certain things with. They call somebody like me the secret weapon. Quiet, silent, but dangerous. Now, I kind of want to pull. Just to see what we get. Keeping in line with the conversation, please. Oh, King of Coins at the bottom of the deck. Keeping in line with the conversation. I mean, if you want to add to the conversation or enhance what was already spoken about, or maybe even touch on something that I haven't touched on. Your choice, surprise me. What's this? The sun. And you have lotus flowers in your back. You got the snake on your head. Is that the flower of life? And then you have the Ankh, which resembles the tree of life in his hand. Ra, the sun god. On a boat heading in the right direction. He's heading in the right direction towards the high priestess. He's not a stupid man. He may want peace. Whatever chaos that you're starting over there, he's trying to get away from in one piece. Oh, the devil. Ace of Cups. Two of Wands in reverse and Four of Swords. No opportunity will be missed. He's not trying to miss this opportunity. I actually want to get those cards back out. He's not going to want to miss this opportunity. Because it's a part of his destiny to fulfill this mission. Despite what you may feel, what you may think, what you may do, he's coming. He's on his way. You could try to sabotage, self-sabotage, play victim in order to play on his empathy. But it's not going to work. He's a real man. He's a strong man. It may have worked in the past. And you may have been able to guilt trick him back into a relationship with you. But now I'm in the picture. And you're see-through to me. Now I can't even find the song. Did I put it somewhere? God is present in this relationship. I bring him closer to God. You have to bring your man or bring your partner closer to God. If you know that that relationship wasn't sent by God, if it doesn't bring you closer to God, if it draws you closer or further or deeper into the lion's den, tell me, are you dancing with the devil? Do you know? Do you know whether or not you're dancing with the devil? And then, how does your man see you? Does your man see you as an opportunity or a threat to his future? Nothing. I think I said that nothing you'll do, nothing you can do will ever get in the way of this union. You could try your hardest, try your best, throw a fit, gaslight, guilt trip, make empty promises, lie, deceive, create false narratives, copy, manipulate, monitor, deceive, self-sabotage, even temporarily level up because that's something that you've shown to be inconsistent in. You only level up when it's convenient. It seems like you know how to, but can you stay consistent? I wish the best for you, honestly. May your schedule be filled with activities and opportunities. May you find somebody of your own who perfectly aligns with what you do in life and what you want to do in life. So you can leave us alone. Have kids with somebody. It doesn't matter what you do and where you do it. Just leave us alone. Let us build together. Let us be together in peace. I know it's going to be very difficult because he's a great man. It's going to be very difficult to let him go. You have to think about all the things that you're not going to get. You're not going to get all the stuff. You're not going to, your life's not going to be filled with glitz and glam anymore. You can create that. You have the power, resources, and access to create that for yourself. When you lack gratitude, you're not able to see what's already in front of you. You have the ability to create that for yourself. Honestly, you're pushing us further and further together. Your efforts to break us apart is making the bond stronger. And because we both believe in God, God is what's in between our relationship. You're trying to get in between our relationship. It's like you're competing with God. You step to God. If you want to step in the ring with God, by all means, we'll be over there. By all means, I already gave this fight to God. This is not mine. It's not my fight to fight. You're fighting with your own demons. It has nothing to do with me. When we come together, when we inevitably come together, just know, no hard feelings. It's nothing personal. Trust and believe. It has nothing to do with you. When I talk to him, I don't mention you unless you become a problem that he needs to solve, that he needs to sort out, that he needs to fix. Because you ain't got nothing to do with me. Do I look hot and bothered to you? I already told you it's inevitable for us to come together. So there's a song that reminds me that when I channeled. They say this. That's what they say. A song that I've channeled. "Dangerously in Love" by Beyonce. Listen to that. That's our relationship in a nutshell. But you can't fit life in a nutshell, now can you? You can do your worst, but you're only gonna be digging yourself a grave. You're only gonna be digging your own grave. And like I said, there are plenty of opportunities around you. Don't sleep on yourself, because you're gonna end up missing what's in front of you. No, I'm a go. It was nice. Um, I will be seeing you guys on the next one. So with um, the Book of Lilith, I did want to treat it like well, many things can be true at the same time. I wanted to use the story of Lilith and the entirety and with my life. How how oh, I don't have that book with me here, but with in books like woman when God was a woman, and this book that speaks about witches' room, where they used to hunt women and burn them on the stake. They used to hunt women who they deemed to be witches, and they would burn them alive. There's stories like Medusa, where they said that she turned men into stone, and she had hair of snakes, and you get other information, and she just had dreadlocks. She had dreadlocks, and they said they looked like snakes, and she was so beautiful that, and beautiful women know what this is. You know, like when you walk in a hallway and people guys just stop talking. They said that she was so beautiful that man would turn into stone when she walked into a room. Cleopatra, Medusa. I think Medusa even got She got raped. They say she got raped by a god because she was so beautiful. He couldn't help himself. He couldn't stop himself. She's just so beautiful. And Lilith, women that have been demonized, hypersexualized, and completely erased from history because they hold a power that is unexplainable. They hypersexualized Cleopatra, but she was a ruler. Why not talk about when she upheld the reign, when she was on the throne? Why not talk about her dynasty, her dynastic era, her political prowess, her intellect, her wit, her strategic mannerism, her strategic decision making? Why is there nothing on the list? How powerful could somebody have been for for somebody? How powerful could somebody have been for them to completely erase you from history? They said, "Oops, God forgot to make Adam a partner. God just happened to forgot. Oh, right, he needs a wife. Eve. Bam. They just forgot about his her wife, and then they got how it rains but the sun's shining all day. They said that Lilith ended up getting into a relationship with the devil. So what? When the devil beats his wife, he's beating Lilith. What's that about? Was that done on purpose? They burned women alive because they called them witches. They're doing dark magic. Did you know magic means utilizing the natural herbs or utilizing elements from nature in order to heal you, to in order to bring healing? Did you know if a man was attracted to you sexually and you may have a way of moving, that they will call you evil because they don't know how to discipline the urges? They will call you evil because of the sensations that you ignite in them that they don't know how to control. And we keep pandering to man. We keep taking the onus for the lack of discipline and self-control, for the lack of accountability. We're gonna do the most, and let them off the hook. They never learn to have accountability, to control their urges, because we do everything so that they don't have to. We have to cover up, cover our hair. There was a rule, I think, in Asia where you couldn't even let your hair down. A woman is beautiful when she lets her hair down. I mean, actually, no. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what that's about. Actually, women's gotta take the birth control pill. That teething, hysterectomies, damn shots. Condoms are even harmful, and nobody ever thinks abortion. Abortion is harmful. The what's it called? It's like pieces of body parts, like burns and man, why is not coming to me? Little pieces of the baby's body parts can get stuck in your body and basically welded onto the walls of your vagina. And it can get so bad that it might have to get surgically removed. We have to go through so much damaging ourselves because, man, aren't accountable. Because accountability is not in the conversation. Responsibility is not in the conversation. Self-control is not in the conversation. Love is not in the conversation. People underestimate the power of love. But I really have to go. We're starting to get comfortable. Like I said, I wish you well. I wish all the best to whoever comes across these videos, whoever watches them. You know, I really hope that you learn something from these talks, from these chats. You know, leave a thought, leave a notion, leave something that inspired you, something that you learned in the comments. Now, I'm not sure how I feel about blocking or deleting people. I might have rules as I go. If you are deserving of being blocked or deleted, then I might have rules specifically because of you. You know, you should feel special. My first rule, because this person, they was being weird in your chat. Might even give you a mention or not, because we don't speak names of you're gonna end up being one of them names that shall not be mentioned. I'm like giving power to the opposition. But yeah, I'm gonna keep it short. Good night or have a good day, depending on when you watch this. Peace.